Good morning, everyone. I just saw a little post. My friend Nancy from Korea posted, and it's a little children's book. She is she. It's very cute, actually. But the thing is, I thought, wow, how sad that now the people who aren't confused now need books like this to explain to their girls and boys, you're a girl. You're actually a boy. You're actually a girl. That you have to explain to girls that they're girls and to boys that they are boys, right? Kind of sad, right? With all the confusion going on out there now that some people have. It's it's a good, as I said, flip it, but it's that's just a weird one to me. And no one's going to convince me otherwise that isn't weird, that people out there are actually enabling and supporting the idea that if you are born as a certain gender, that you're not necessarily that gender. Okay. What? It's just, boing. As I always say, these people who do stuff like that, I mean, people who are that confused, start and are inventing these horrific unicorns and horrific fairies and horrific, fantasies. Uh, uh, or just about getting away with it or something. Or being taken seriously. I'm just saying. Oh, it's another disease? Yeah. It's one of those things where you make an elephant out of a mouse. Right? That, again, what about the suddenly being an animal or something? Children love to play, yes? And they come up with all kinds of things. That doesn't suddenly mean that, maybe I give birth to a dog or a cat. Just say. I always say, these people don't have enough to do. If they were in a country where they actually had to really, truly work for their survival, they wouldn't have time for that kind of crap. Just saying. Anyway. But there it is. It's not a disease. Just don't have enough to do. Too busy with their self. Okay, and there's enough stories out there already that show how destructive that type of enabling and supporting weird ideas is. It just is. And on how a lot of these people who have been duped into all this kind of stuff then and went through who knows what, suddenly now realizing, oh my God, what did I do to myself? Too many stories out there like that. And as I've said in a video a long time ago, there are people out there who want you to be that way so they can start cutting around on you, experiment on you. What's possible with the human body? How can we change it? This and that. Dr. Mengeles, I call them. That's the ones you gotta watch out for. And if nobody plays to their gruesome stuff they want to do to you, or to people out there, girls and boys and men and women, guess what? They're out of a job. Done. You see? That's how you take care of things like that. But again, it's too many people that just, God almighty, as I said, we have to have books out there now explaining to our girls and boys. They're girls and boys. Okay, just saying. We're in the book of Nehemiah. Makes me sad. It just makes me sad, stuff like that. We're in the book of Nehemiah, and we're in 10. A record of the promises made by the community. That's 10. In view of all this, we make a firm agreement in writing. Our princes, our Levites, our priests, and the rest of the people have put their names to the document under seal. On the sealed document were the names of Nehemiah, son of Hakaliah, and Zedekiah, Sariah, Azariah, Jeremiah, Pashur, Amariah, Malchijah, Hattush, Shebaniah, Maluch, Harim, Meremot, Obadiah, Daniel. Yeah, you're in here again, huh? Ginatan, Baruch, Meshullam, Abijah, Mijamin, Matzaiah, Bilgai, Shemaiah. These were the priests. Oh, Daniel was a priest too. This Daniel. Interesting. Yeah. It's good to have namesakes and good places. I'll find out how good that was. The Levites were Yeshua, son of Azaniah, Binui, of the sons of Henadad, Kadmiel, and their kinsmen, Shebaniah, Hodaviah, Kelita, Peliah, Hanan, Mikar, Rehab, Hajabiah, Zakur, Jerebiah, Shebaniah, Hodiah, Bani, and Kenani. The leaders of the people were Parash, Pahat Moab, Elam, Satu, Buni, 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 Bunny. All right. Asgad, Bebai, Adonijah, Bigvai, Adin, Ater, Hezekiah, Azur, Hodiah, Hashum, Bezai, Harip, Anatat, Nebai, Makpiash, Meshullam. Oh, another Meshullam. That's a very common name there. Meshullam. I kind of like that. Hezir, Mehezabel, Zadok, Yadua, Pelatiah, Hanan, Anaiah, Hoshea. Hoshea was one of the minor prophets. Did he live at that time? Was that a different Hoshea? Hananiah, well, he was a speaker for the people. Okay. Hashab, Halohesh, Pilha, Shabek, Rehum, Hashbana, Hashabna, Maseiah, Ahijah, Hanan, Anan, Maluch, Harim, Bana. And the rest of the people, the priests and the Levites, the gatekeepers, the singers and the temple slaves, and all those who had served relations with the people of the country to adhere to the law of God, as also their wives, their sons, their daughters, that is, all those who had reached the age of discretion, have joined their esteemed brothers in a solemn oath to follow the law of God given through Moses, servant of God, and to observe and practice all the commandments of Yahweh our Lord with his rules and his statutes. Nice to see that the wives and the daughters are mentioned here. It's like, oh, look, they're actually a somewhat equal part of the community. Just saying. We will not give our daughters in marriage to the people of the country, nor allow their daughters to marry our sons. I wonder where love came in all this. If the people of the country bring goods or foodstuff of any kind to sell on the Sabbath day, we will buy nothing from them on Sabbath or holy day. In the 7th year, we will forego the produce of the soil and the exaction of all debts. We recognize the following obligations: to give 1/3 of a shekel yearly for the service of the temple of our God, for the loaves of permanent offering, for the perpetual oblation, for the perpetual burnt offering, for the sacrifices on Sabbaths, on new moons, and on festivals, for the consecrated gifts, the sin offerings, to expiate for Israel, in short, for the whole work of the temple of our God. Okay, support that together, work together on that. I'm good with that. And further, to bring yearly to the temple of our God the first fruits of our soil and the first fruits of all our orchards, also the firstborn of our sons and of our cattle, as the law prescribes, the firstborn of our herds and flocks should be taken to the temple of our God for the priests officiating in the temple of our God. What are you going to do with all their firstborn sons? Oh, that doesn't make sense. That's a weird one again. Furthermore, we shall bring the best of our dough, of every kind of fruit, of the new wine, and of the oil to the priests, to the storerooms of the temple of our God, and the tithe on our soil to the Levites. The Levites will themselves collect the tithes from all the towns of our religion. An Aaronite priest will accompany the Levites when they collect the tithes, and the Levites will bring a 10th part of the tithes to the temple of our God into the treasury storerooms, for these rooms are where the Israelites and the Levites are to bring the contributions of corn, wine, and oil, and where the vessels of the sanctuary are, and the officiating priests, gatekeepers, and the singers. I find it interesting again on what is really important to them and what we got in here. What always disturbs me is, as far as I know, all through my life and from how I understand again, the relationship, the journey with our heavenly parent that we have, and the relationship is one of volunteering. Yes, it's not coerced, it's not forced, and that's why we have free will. We have freedom to choose. And here again now, okay, we're going to appoint people to go out and collect everything. Okay, is that, how was that done? Again, you knock on the door and here come out. And we don't have it we have a little, but we don't have as much as you want. Will this be all right? I'm not getting that here. So how was it actually done? That we're not getting. That's what I want. I want to hear. Was this did people give voluntarily, or were these tax collectors? When it came down to it, I'm asking. I'm not saying they were, but because we're not really getting. We know who was appointed, this, that, and surely it's more convenient for the people if someone comes around with a card and say, "Okay, you ready? Ready to give?" Right? How did that actually work out? I know that in my own life, having collected, gathered, grown many herbs and made tinctures and teas and oils and all that, right? Yes. I would go to festivals and people were very interested, yes. And made quite a bit of money doing that. But the first couple of times that I did that, I had just had prices on things, and it just didn't feel right. The reason it didn't feel right was it cost me very little in materials to produce all that stuff. Most of it was all given to me. It grew in the soil. Just I needed a few seeds. They don't cost a whole lot of money. Then, as I said, the tinctures, the oils needed some stuff, and it wasn't that bad either. The tinctures, once you have a good tincture, a little goes a long way. And then all the stuff that I gathered in the wild, it was just given by God, by my heavenly parent, for me to find, to know what it is to study. Yes. Oh, all your time, this, that. Okay. I didn't do all that to make money. I did it because I found so much healing in prevention of catching things, diseases, this and that. With all that, working together with the principles of creation and my heart to mind, the relationship that I have with my heavenly parent. So many wonderful things that I've found, and work, truly, really work. Unless it's already way too far gone, where no matter what, and other medical intervention is just needed. But again, yes, if we pay a little attention to ourselves, then we know when things start to go wrong. Well, anyway, so it didn't, because in a way that it was all given to me in many ways, it felt wrong to ask for money. So I don't want to do that anymore. So after a couple of times going to some festivals with all my stuff, this and that, I decided not to want that anymore. Also, the amazing conversations that I had with people, just beautiful conversations, would often go into the spiritual, being able to witness to people about, again, our journey with our Heavenly Parent. It was just so valuable. I felt money didn't belong in that mix. So what I did is, when people would come, this and that, and I'd say, oh, I'd like this or that. So how much is this? It will cost you absolutely nothing if you don't have it. But here's a donation box. If you'd like to give a couple of dollars, that'd be great. Then that way, it would cover the cost of making things, not my work or this or that. And often, people even gave more, just because, as I said, the conversations we had, this and that, and people just loved it, and they gave that way from their heart. And there were some that, well, I don't think there was ever anyone that never gave anything. Okay, that just, I don't know. But again, I've given people, all right, if you were to put a price on it, $40 worth of stuff, and they gave me a couple of dollars, and I was perfectly fine with that. That, as I said, that was the thing where, what price do you put on something that you feel called for to do for others, not just yourself? Maybe yourself, due to the fact that I'm so allergic to pharmaceutical stuff, I had to find other things, and really found my love for it all, and realizing on how knowledge, over all the things that our Heavenly Parent has put out there to grow and then to work with, and it's just fantastic. So to give that in that way, I felt amazing. It felt right. It felt the right thing to do. And as I said, I often felt like I think I make more money that way than putting a price on things. Do you know what I mean? Yes? Okay. I remember going to one or two festivals where I just gave. I wanted to do that as a condition. Yes? Yeah. Well, anyway, so there is that. So I wonder how this was actually done here. If it was for the temple of God, then it should have been what people truly can afford to give and still be able to take good care of their own families, right? Of course. Well, but if you don't have, then people are going to, just hoard it away. That's not our problem. That's their problem. Yes? I think that anything given in a appropriate manner and received in an appropriate manner means way more to our Heavenly Parent than anything else. The other thing too, in my garden, the first tomato, the first peas, I would always give away to the church. No, to someone that says, oh my gosh, you got peas, I love peas. I said, you know what, they're just coming in, I'm going to give you the first mess. I did that oftentimes, right? To not keep the first of the fruits that I would harvest to myself, but try to find someone to give it to. And often, Heavenly Parent already had someone ready for that. Isn't that amazing? It's a beautiful way to just start to understand our journey in life, and on how much happiness and peace you really gain within you. I said, started this because how did that work out for the people, the Levites going around? How did that actually work out? Okay, the tenth, it's given and numbered, and the tenth should be a possibility for whatever you have, right? But was there some coercion going on, forcing the people? What if there just wasn't enough to give anything? Because someone in the family the man got hurt, the one that takes care of all that, bringing the stuff in, got hurt, and now here's the wife with the children, says, I just got enough to feed everyone for whatever time comes. Please don't, Then the Levites said, look, just as an offering, just give us an apple, right? Just one little thing. So your family is included, right? Yes? Did they work that way? I don't know. It doesn't say, right? Yes? All right. Just saying. I know. I go on and on. I just wonder about that. As the Levites and the priests wanted to be taken, because that's basically what it is, being taken care of, which God also had put in place for the people to do so. I do hope that the Levites and the priests also recognized when a family was struggling. And maybe even said, you know what? This family's really struggling. Let's give them some of what we have received, right? Yes? The give and take, right? Has to work 100% all around in a good society. All right. Furthermore, as regards deliveries of wood for burning on the altar of our God, as the law prescribes, we have arranged by drawing lots how these deliveries are to be made at the temple of our God by the priests, the Levites, and the people by families at stated times every year. We will no longer neglect the temple of our God. Did you hear that last sentence? We will no longer neglect the temple of our God. Do you think that, again, I'm not sure, is that just, okay, we made a commitment and we're going to go with that, or is it more of a threat? You guys better. It doesn't say. Why am I even asking? Because I read this part here already. Right? I think that our Heavenly Parent, when we truly include Him in her in our life, if we include that parental heart, that heavenly parental heart in our life, then I think that we would know that the neglect should be, I'd like to see, we are not going to neglect the people anymore. That's the most important part. Right? And that includes that we will keep a steady path, not be led astray anymore when it comes to the guidance of God. Yes? Anyway. So there it is. That's the end of 10. My daughter is coming with the baby today, and we're going to go and take a walk together. And my older granddaughter is coming too. Everybody's just excited. Everybody's excited. Everybody's excited every day, and it's just been fabulous. Yesterday we made pizza all together, and I had the boys again. I'm telling you, there's something about men and boys needing dough. I'm just throwing that out there. I gave the boys both. We made two of them, one for the adults and one for the children. And so I gave them each. I just kind of put it together so it stuck together, and then I handed them each a ball. I said, you need to knit this really good. I need this soft and elastic for the dough. And they did. They both got really into it and really stuck with it. And then I said, okay, let me see. About 20 minutes later, perfect. Perfect. It was perfect. We also decided to add some chili into the dough. Yes, I said, you guys want to add something into the chili, like some herbs? Oh, no. They didn't want to do that. I said, how about some chili? Oh, chili. Yeah. So we added some chili. It was really good. And we didn't have pizza sauce or anything like that. I could have made something up, but my daughter still had some chili, actual chili, right, with the meat in it and stuff, and the stuff, with some beans and stuff. She had some left over in the fridge. I said, "This looks good as a pizza sauce." So we put that on there, and they ate it. I said, "Gracie, this is really, really good." I said, "Right, isn't it?" I said, "You actually got not just chili in the crust, but you got chili as the sauce underneath it." "Oh, is that why there are beans?" So, yeah. There were just a few. Mainly it was just meat. Hamburger meat. That was really good. Then the cheese over top, and then had some pepperonis. Oh, the things are spicy. I don't really like those. But anyway, so they loved it. They loved it, and they ate the whole thing. And then, what else did we do? It was a busy day again. Legos. Played Legos again. Went for the bike ride, yes, which the little one did the best, I have to say. The boys are saying, "Man, you guys are out of shape." I think they just wanted to go back home. I said, no. We're going to be out here, and that's our exercise, right? Yes. And my younger granddaughter with her new bike, which is much bigger. That bike is she handled it really well. And yeah, so the boys they're so excited. It's the beginning of summer. They want to just play with each other, So they wanted to go for the bike ride, yeah. But then going uphill, I could just, how many times did you guys last year? Okay, towards the end, they could ride every hill they went up. And yes, yeah. I'd like to see. So my daughter's coming. We're gonna go and test. She said, "Mom, I want to go on the walk." And I said, "Okay, we'll wait for you." And I think that I'd like to see families, moms, dads together, this, that, to be out there with the children taking walks, and with the bikes, this, and that. Do that more often again. It's so important for our children, right? To be physically fit as well, right? And it's good for the whole family. Last night, my daughter took my grandson, and they decided that they were going to start running together. They want to get ready for a marathon together, that they can run together. So they started that yesterday, and they were so happy. I watched my younger granddaughter, and they started out. They were excited. My grandson was excited. My daughter was excited that they're starting this. And they would go up for about, 30 minutes. And so my younger granddaughter and I, we went and hid behind a tree not too far from the house, so we could scare them, kind of go, "Wow!" and they would run by. So we had to both hid behind the tree. And here they were coming, and man, we giggled, this and that. I said, "We gotta be quiet, they're gonna hear us." And here they come on the other side of the road. And we went, "Wow!" And then both looking over, we were really scared. And I said, "You guys didn't see us?" "No, we didn't see you." So we had a lot of fun last night too. And they loved it. They came back. It wasn't like my grandpa or whatever, and my daughter, because he was complaining. No, they came back happy and content, and it was just great to see that. Yes? So I encourage, please, families, if you have children, take them out for a walk. Yes? Yeah. If you can't walk where you live, then take them somewhere where you can take a walk. Right? Yes? Anyway, love it. Love it. And the boys played so nicely, yes. And they did their chores happily. We cleaned up last night. Yeah. My grandson was vacuuming, this and that. We're a bit messy, yeah. Especially when you make pizza. Oh, and we make granola too, and they loved it. They said, "Oh, Crushy, this is great. Is that like cereal to have in it?" I said, "Yes." Anyway, is there oats? Tastes like oats. I said, "Yeah, there's oats in there." boy that I take care of. So cute. Having such a great time with these children. I just love it. I'm so grateful that I can do this for my children and to be with my grandchildren. Just love it. So grateful. So blessed. A brother in faith shared the words of our true Father. If you are truly working together with our Heavenly Parent, with God, then the whole universe is there to protect you. And to protect you and to bless you. And, yeah. Does one expect then that? No, we never do that. We're grateful for whatever comes our way, even the sorrow and the pain. Yes, because at this time we can offer it up for someone who needs it way more, who needs protection and blessing way more, health way more than we do, right? Yes, it's a way to, you offer it up rather than lament and complain. You offer it, okay, is the reason I'm going through this? I'm offering it up to Spirit World so Spirit World can take it someplace. My positive outlook on that, my willingness to offer it, make it a sacrifice in a way, so that the good positive energy of that then can be taken somewhere where a child is suffering greatly through abuse, through sickness, and even for people too. I go through deep depression and anxiety, things like that. Yes, a little bit of good energy. That Spirit World can move from one person willing to give that to another person who needs it. And guess what? Healing can start then there too. Okay. Said enough, right? Yes, I said enough. I got to get going. I think it's cool again. It's a little cool. But I think we're going to set up the pool. That rhymes. May Heavenly Parent bless and protect you and embrace you with love. And I will talk to you all tomorrow.